Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Larissa, Issa, Larry, whatever. Hope you had a good holiday. Sorry I've been kind of MIA, but you know, life just got in the way. It's just what happens. We're moving on. But I'm back and I'm here with a new series that I'm really excited about. So I kind of want to do, it's going to be like two different sides. It's going to be your broke bitty and your bougie bitty. And it's basically going to tell you some great makeup, both drugstore and high-end, that you can get. It's awesome. It's great stuff. So to start out this new series, I've got something pretty fun, which is the entire, I hope it's the entire collection of the Wet n Wild reformulated shadows. I dropped two. That's what that face was for. But here they are. So I have four of the new 10 pan shadows. One of them used to be the 8 pan, that's Comfort Zone, but they added 2 transition shades. The other one, another one that they have in here, is a dupe of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which I do own, and I can show you a comparison of. But this is a preview. Super exciting. Then they have a really neutrally one, just like that. And one that I've heard, I don't own the Peach palette by Too Faced, so I can't verify, but I've heard this one is the dupe for the Peach palette, which would make sense because it's called Not a Basic Peach. But very cute. So we have that. Those are all the 10 pans. Then we have 6 of the 4 pans. A couple of these, 3 of these I believe, used to be the 3 pan ones that go across, you know. They've reformulated them and added a transition shade, which, as far as I can tell, all of the transition shades are matte, which, like, thank God, because these shadows were nice, but they were shimmery, and, you know, some people want matte in their crease or to transition. I don't care. I have really hooded eyes. Like, you can't even see my crease, even if I tried, so it doesn't matter to me. But to some people with different eye shapes, it totally matters. Rightfully so. I am actually wearing one of them palettes today. If you can see, I'm wearing this one, which is Hooked on Vinyl. So this will be the first one that I talk about. I love this one. I think it's so beautiful. I think these shades are like super unique. Just the way they're combined together, I don't feel like we see that often. You get this like light kind of orange creamsicle shade, I would almost say. And that's your transition shade. Then they give you an eyelid shade, which is just this beautiful glitter gold. So it's shimmery, it's pretty, I like it a lot. You get a brow bone shade, which is just a nice like cream color. And then you get your crease shade, which is my favorite shade in here. It's this beautiful blue that almost, it has like some reflex in it, some shimmer, almost like metallic, but not metallic. I hope that makes sense. So here are some swatches of the colors in the palette. I think it's a really awesome palette. I think it's fun. I basically just did the blue all over and I put the gold in the middle. Put that cream brow bone shade in my brow bone and in the inner corner. And that light orange shade I just kind of used to buff out the blue at the end. So it's really easy and I love it. And this is like $2.99 I think. So seriously, you broke, these are great. The next one, which was an old palette, like an old formulation that they have, is Sweet as Candy. And this is what it looks like. So Sweet as Candy, again, the transition shade is just a matte color. It's a matte brown. It's a nice color though, and I feel like you could use that easily in your eyebrows. It's very cool. It's not warm tone, so if you want to use it in your eyebrows, there you go. Your eyelid shade is this like really pearly satin pink. And it's shiny. It's pretty. I like it. Then again, your brow bone shade is like a light cream color, white practically. It's not a very opaque white though, and you'll see on my swatch. And then your crease shade, your crease shade is this like brown color, but it does have some sheen to it, so it's not fully matte. And this is the swatches for Sweet as Candy. And again, they're really soft. I like the way the shadows feel. They're nice. In comparison to the old formulation, I can't for sure say I like this better. Not that I like it worse or anything, but I just can't say like, oh, this is significantly better. What I can say though is it's so bomb that they put the transition shade in there, because it's just, first of all, you get more bang for your buck. Like, who doesn't love that? But I just think it was a really smart move on their half. If you're going to reformulate them, then like, that was a good move. Good job to your team. So the next one I have is Walking on Eggshells, and this is what it looks like. Again, this was an old one that they have reformulated, added this transition shade. So the transition shade in this one is kind of just like a, it's so close to my skin tone, which blows my mind. Hold on, can you see that? You can barely see it. It's like legit my skin tone, because I don't view myself as being this color, but I put that on my hand and it's just like blends right in. So today I learned something about myself. Your eyelid shade is another pink, but this one's way more pearly. This would be a really pretty highlight, honestly. I mean, on lighter skin tones. You know what, honestly though, I feel like even darker skin tones, if you use this lightly, that could look really pretty on you. If you're into a pinky highlight. If you're not, then it's not for you, but I like it. The brow bone shade, again, is another like creamy one. This one has a lot of sheen to it though. And your crease color is dark brown, but it has like gold in it. Like a gold sheen. So these are the swatches for Walking on Eggshells. And I think this one's really pretty. Now I had the old Walking on Eggshells palette, the one that only had the 3 shades in it, and I don't remember liking it as much as I like that one now. So I don't know if the shadows, the formulation is different, or if like I've just changed, but I'm like kind of mad I didn't wear this, you know? I like that. The last one I have that was one of their 3 pans is Silent Treatment. This is what Silent Treatment looks like, and I'm super into it. It's kind of like gray or purpley smoky. It's like very cool toned, which I love, because I feel like we get so many like warm tone shadows, which not that they're bad, but like I want some cool tones in my life. This is your transition shade, so it's not really brown as it is like a mauvey purpley brown. I love it. I'm off. This color is like my favorite. Your eyelid shade is not pink. It's kind of a silvery mauvey shiny color. It's I suck at this, I'm sorry. It's beautiful. That's all just take my word for it. It's beautiful. Your brow bone color again though is like a light cream. It's got some shimmer in it too. So from what I can see, all the colors are shimmery except the transitions, which are all matte. And even your crease shade, it's black, but it's got some glitter in it. Not chunky glitter, but it's got gold sparkles in it. That's what I should say. Gold sparkles. And this is Silent Treatment. This one I like a lot. I mean, I'm really partial to the first shade because that is my favorite color. But I really like the eyelid shade too. And again, for like $2.99, come on. Gorgeous, gorgeous, love it. So the next one I have, it doesn't say it was reformulated, but I feel like they used to have a similar one to this. I don't know for sure. This one is called Petalette, and it is purple. And it's super cute. I'm glad they have a purple palette. And I'm actually pretty impressed with these. I think purple tends to be really hard for brands to like pull off. I'm not sure why that is, but I don't make makeup, so that's why I don't know. Oh, sorry. Getting ahead of myself here. This is your transition shade. Again, it's kind of like a mauvey purple, like a dusty purple. I like it a lot. Your eyelid shade is another pink, and it's shimmery. That's the one thing I will say though. I feel like all these palettes except for like 2 had pink shimmer shades for the eyelid shade. Now they're all different, don't get me wrong. They're all different, but maybe you will find yourself needing every single one. The brow bone shade in this palette is the one I'm least impressed with. It is a white glitter, and on my finger it looks pretty good, but I had to swipe that quite a few times to get it to like, I don't really get a lot of pigment from this shade. I don't like that shade. I don't like it. The crease is a glittery purple. Now this one was nice. This one gave me color payoff. And so here is what this palette looks like. So this shade right here was the one I did not like. That's the brow bone shade. It's not bad. I think with a good base it would show up, but like it's not consistent is what I'm going to say. With the other shadows that I've swatched, there's a consistency difference in that one for sure, which is weird to me. I think if there was going to be a consistency difference, it would have been in the purple shades, not the brow bone shade, which is, you know, kind of similar to the other brow bone shades, but what do I know? So the last one that I have from them is called Lights Out, and this is kind of like your smoky palette, if you will. Looks like this. Again, a matte transition shade. This is kind of like a grayish brown. I don't know. That's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly. I'm going to say grayish brown though. That feels right. Your eyelid shade is very sparkly. I wish you could see that. I just rubbed my finger in it. Here, look. And it's like chunking up. So you've been warned. It's this kind of cool color though. It's like a gunmetal-ish, like green. This one, you totally need a primer for, but it's swatched nicely. Like, it's there, it's pretty. I'll show you close up in a second. The brow bone shade again, is like a white shimmer shade. I just kind of almost wish they would have at least put different undertones, because I feel like all these brow bone shades, except for the one that sucked, are pretty much the same. Pretty much. Not 100%, but like 95%. And the last color in here is a black with silver sparkle, I would say. Now, feeling this one feels extremely dry. It's not that it swatches poorly, it's just like noticeably different than the formulation of the other one. The other ones are a lot creamier, and that one feels dry. Even the other shadows in the same palette are creamier, and that one feels dry. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with them. I would say the ones I like the best have to be Walking on Eggshells, Silent Treatment, and Hooked on Vinyl. So be these three. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get you to see all the shades. I just think they had the best shade selection. I like them a lot. You know, those are the ones that speak to me. My biggest grief with these palettes, though, is the packaging. Okay, hear me out. Wet n Wild, when you send someone this packaging and you put the name of the packaging right here, this itty bitty, itsy witsy little sticker right there, you put it right here, guess what happens when I open the packaging? I lose the name of the product, and it drives me insane. Like, I had already gone and ripped off all the packaging for these because it takes me forever to open it on camera, and then I had to go back and like find all the stickers and put them back on the right one, because nowhere on the palette does it say the name other than that sticker, which is just so dumb. Like, I'm sorry, but it's so dumb. Is it that hard? Like, just put the name right here, right there, anywhere. Moving on though. Again, for $2.99, if that's really the only complaint that I have, or the main complaint that I have, like, you guys are doing a good job. I'm sorry I'm being picky, but I'm picky. Like, what do you want? The next one I have, so now we're moving into the 10 pans. These ones really excite me because, again, they used to be 8 pans. They added 2 transition shades, which gives you some mattes, which is just needed, right? And I'm all about it. I like the way they're laid out. None of these palettes have a mirror, by the way. But again, these are like $4.99. I don't care if I don't have a mirror for $4.99. There's no mirror, and there's no cheap, flimsy little brush either, which I'm so cool with. Like, I don't miss it. I don't need it. I'm good. The first The first palette I'm going to show you is called Nude Awakening. It's your standard nude palette that every company feels they have to launch now. Not saying it's a bad thing. Again, if you don't own any nude palettes, like you're new to makeup, this is dope. This is going to be great for you. The shadows are soft, a little powdery, I would say. I like the shimmers in here, which is odd. I feel like usually I like mattes. Like sometimes I feel like shimmers can be chalky, but I feel like in this palette, the strength is the shimmers. Now, I just came across this shade. I was swatching the palette. This shade here does that same pigment reflect thing, or pigment glitter pickup thing that the other shade did, where it like chunks up on you. And so when it applied, you can see that it's like just looks like glitter. It doesn't really look like a color. So far though, that is the only one I'm noticing is giving me that feel. And then 2 more. I didn't really play with this one at all, so this one I'm not too sure on how. Ooh, I like that last transition shade a lot. So these are all the colors swatched for the Nude Awakening palette. I would say it's good. Not the best nude palette though. Not the best. But definitely for $5, and if you're new to makeup, like this is going to be great for you because it's going to open your mind. I don't know. It's going to broaden your horizons. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not bad. It's just like, yeah, I'm very about it. Very And I don't want to be about something. I want to be like, wow, awesome, cool. So the next one that I'm like, wow, awesome, cool about is what has been talked about as being a dupe for the Anastasia, whatever, Beverly Hills, the ABH palette, Modern Renaissance, which is like their palette, you know, it's doing all sorts of things for everyone. It's great. It's a beautiful palette. So this one is called Rosé in the Air. Now, let me see. I was really hoping I had my Modern Renaissance palette, like right here I could pull out. Oh, I do. Go me. Okay. So here's my Modern Renaissance palette for comparison. These are the shades here. So obviously you get more shades, but look at that. Like, that's pretty close. This is like a good, what, $42, 40-something dollars? A lot of $40. This is $5, $4.99, $4.99. Yeah, like, I'm about it. First transition shade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bet you there's a dupe for that in the Modern Renaissance. Let's see. Let's look. We're going to figure this out right now. Together. We're going to do it together. Warm Taupe. Ding, ding, ding. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. This is the first transition shade in Wet n Wild. This is Warm Taupe. That's the exact same color. And to be honest, I thought it felt a little creamier in the Wet n Wild palette. Sorry. The next shade I'm going to do is this one right here. Just this nice like creamy white shade. And Tempera in Modern Renaissance. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. I mean, I didn't even try. Like, I didn't even look this up before I made this video. I'm literally doing this on the spot right now. I'm just looking and I'm like, yeah, these look similar. The next one I'm going to try is this one right here. This orange shade. And I'm going to try the shade Regular and Modern Renaissance. This is ridiculous. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. And again, I liked the Wet n Wild one better. I thought it felt smoother. To be fair though, I've had my Modern Renaissance palette for a while. Maybe that's why they feel a little dry. Probably not, but maybe. But moving on. The next shade right here. Swatch that. It's kind of like a, ooh, it's actually a really pretty gold. I'm going to match that up with Primavera. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. This is insane, dude. These are so similar. I will say the Wet n Wild one is a little bit more gold. It's a little stronger of a gold color. But, you know, the next one, I can already tell. This shade right here, just by looking at it, I can see. And then I'm going to swatch that next to Red Ochre. I'm going to swatch it next to this one in Modern Renaissance. Like the middle one on the bottom. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Closer look. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. For this one, I much prefer the Modern Renaissance. Much softer. And the Modern Renaissance one is a little more brown. It's a little deeper, but so freaking close. Oh my god. Now the next shade I'm excited for, because this is my favorite shade in the whole palette. This one right here. I love these mauve tones. We already know though, I've already said that. Beautiful. And Bueno Fresco, the one right above the other one I couldn't really pronounce. Wet n Wild. Ooh, Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Wet n Wild, Modern Renaissance. Again, I like the Wet n Wild one better. I honestly think I could keep going. So to save ourselves some time, I'm just going to say this is Venetian Red or Love Letter. It's pretty much a toss-up between the two. This brown one is just your Cypress Umber. This shade over here is Antique Bronze. This one at the bottom is, I'm going to go with Raw Sienna. Could be a mixture of Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. But basically, every single freaking shade in this is a dupe for a shade in the Modern Renaissance. Sorry that took a really long tangent, but I felt the need to point that out. Like, that's insane. Buy this. Buy it. It's so good. Not endorsed, obviously, but so good. Okay. Composer Cells. For the next palette, this is one that they actually used to sell in the 8 pans. 8 pans. It's called Comfort Zone. This is kind of like, you know, their big hit. Everyone loved it. They've added 2 transition shades, which I'm all about. I like the choices of the transition shades because they can give you 2 very different look options for, there you go, there they are, for the palette. I'm a big fan. I like it a lot. I'm not going to swatch every shade in here because, like, this has already been out and I've already made this video really long. But let me just pick up some of them. Definitely got that duochrome one in there, though. Oh, shoot, that was a nice one. And so there are some of the shades. This is crazy pigmented. Was not ready for that, but like, props. I will say though, with the duochrome shade, at least in here, I think with the old Comfort Zone palette, it was a little bit more pigmented, honestly. Not that it's bad now by any means, but I do think it was a little bit, used to be a little more pigmented. At least that's how I remember mine being. But and okay, and the last palette I have here is called Not a Basic Peach. So you could probably guess what they're trying to dupe in this palette. The Too Faced Peach palette, that's what I'm gonna guess. That's what I've heard. I don't own the Too Faced Peach palette, so I can't really say anything, I guess, but I've seen it. It looks like this. You know, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. These shades so far feel really nice. I'm a fan. I don't know. I bought this because I wanted to get all of, whoo! That was a nice one. I wanted to get all of the palettes just so I can see, like, consistency wise across the different palettes, like how the formulation was. I'm honestly though, this is probably the one I would wear the least, just because a lot of the colors in here, it's not that they're bad quality or anything, like they're good quality, they're just not what I would go for. I'm gonna say the only color in here I'm not really all about is this blue, because it didn't show up too well, but it's still there. Like, these are all the colors. I'm sorry I'm not giving like giving you the best swatch here. I'm running out of space, but it's pretty nice, honestly. If this was my like color range, like if these are the colors I enjoyed wearing, I'd be very happy with this. Again, over the peach palette, save yourself what, $35? Like, okay, Wet n Wild, I'll save myself $35. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about. Kind of a review, kind of like a, hey, you broke, I feel you, we've all been there, I'm still there, let me help you out kind of a situation. And just for fun, I wanted to throw in, this blew my mind. Okay, this is currently only on sale on the Wet n Wild website, so I don't know if they're getting rid of it, I don't know what the deal is, but it's incredible. This is the Wet n Wild Neutrals Paint Palette. Like, I wish it was Halloween again, that's all I can say. Because holy, what? Are you kidding me? These are phenomenal. Now this is the neutral one. I also got the metallics, and this one sucks. It sucks. Don't. This one though, amazing. It does say not for use around your eyes, so it's supposed to be like face makeup. Dude, it's great though. Great for Halloween. Great if you're doing like play makeup or something. I don't know. I'm just a hoarder. But it's fantastic. The pigmentation is incredible. It's just phenomenal. I had to throw this in. Just wanted to mention that to you. Alright, that is everything I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this new series. If you could do me a huge favor and like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that great stuff that annoying people on YouTube ask you to do. I'm sorry, but like, it really does help. Really does. Especially for me, I'm such a small, itty bitty little channel, but you know, every time you watch the video, it really helps me. Every time you comment, you like it, it puts the video out there more, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, it's already started growing. People I don't even know are watching the videos, which to me, that's awesome because I just do this for fun. So thank you so much. Also, shout out to my mom because she bought me this backdrop for Christmas. And like, thank you so much. Makes white balancing so much easier. But yeah, I hope you have a great day. Great week, whatever. I hope to be back soon with another video, so stay tuned. Alright, have a great day. Bye.